Okay, so I'm just demonstrating to Lara the way to create a Google form. And if we go to create and go to form, depending where you are in your Google Drive will dictate the sharing option. So you can see I'm in a shared folder at the moment, so anyone within this folder will get editing rights. With regard to forms, you can have students collaborating on a Google form, so you could have a number of students editing the form at the same time. Okay, I'll just call this Virtual Egypt Museum. And so you can see here at the moment all these people would be able to edit this particular form, so they could jump in and add questions, etc. Okay, important when using forms that these two options are unticked for use with students. As the students are not on the CEO SID domain, they're in SID Stu. If you are collecting data from staff though, you could actually tick this box and it would record their username as they fill it out. So there are a number of questions that you could ask here. So the first question is, please name your source. And rather than be a multiple choice item, it would simply be text, and you want that to be a required question there. Again, you can provide a description in this virtual Egypt museum. This is used to collect data for the source identification. The teacher give you feedback about the authenticity and reliability of the source. Okay. Now, obviously here it would be good to also have the student's name and their class. So, student's name. That as a required question, so we can just drag these up. Obviously student class as well. Class teacher maybe, and this could be a choose from a list. So you might have Miss Graham, and you can have your other teachers there. I can move that up. Alright, again you could add your items like please copy and paste the URL for the source. Okay, so if it's a scanned image, note if it's a scanned image, you need to copy the URL, or you need to upload the image to your Google Drive, share, anyone with the link can view, and copy and paste the URL to the image in the box above. Okay, so paste that in there. All right, so you can keep going with that, and essentially what happens is it creates a live form that you could share this URL again with the students, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so let's fill this out. Before I do that though, I'll just go back to here. You need to choose a response destination. So it's just going to be Virtual Egypt Museum responses. And I'm going to create that there, and it sets up a spreadsheet. So then every student that goes into this Google form you're my class teacher. So if I go to the name of that source, if I've got in my drive an image, and this is what an image looks like. Let me go to my images folder. So they would have scanned the image, and they can click on that image and open that up, and you can see it just displays it as an image there. Now the sharing settings would be crucial for this, so you can see here at the moment it's only private. I would change that to anyone with the link can view. Yep. So that would be a step that would need to be done, and then it's simply a matter of copying that URL and then jumping back here and pasting that as my source. Oh, sorry, that one there, and the name of my source is Gods and Goddesses image. I submit that. We go to our view responses here, and there it is there in the spreadsheet. So you can see that's a direct hyperlink to that particular source. Now, if you as my teacher had a problem with my particular source, using the commenting feature, you could go in here, insert a comment there or over here, and you might say, using the plus sign, plus Chris Morris at sid.catholic, this source is not reliable, please review this for next lesson. Comment on that. What that does is it shoots me an email to say that I need to address that particular source. Okay, so that's really useful. So that's the way Google Forms works. Now we use it for unit evaluations, even for an extended response. You could create a Google form where the students simply, put their name in, class teacher, type up an extended response to a question, and it aggregates all of the content into a form. It's time and date stamped, and so you could use that to give some student feedback and marking.